In today's video, I'm going to show you how to build your own Trello Business Hub from scratch, transforming a simple blank board into a fully organized command center for your company's operations. Trello is one of the most flexible project management tools out there, and when you set it up deliberately, it becomes the single source of truth for your brand assets, standard procedures, and daily quick actions. If you find this helpful, please like and subscribe, and let's get started. First, you need to lay your foundation, and that begins by creating a dedicated workspace. Navigate to your Trello home screen and click the button that says Create Workspace. You'll be prompted to give it a name, and this is where a little intentionality goes a long way. Instead of calling it something vague like Work Stuff, name it something like Business Hub or Operations Central. This keeps it completely separate from any personal boards you might have, whether that's for a side project, a vacation planning board, or a reading list. A clear workspace name also makes it easier to find when you're toggling between different areas of your Trello account, especially as you grow and add more boards over time. Once the workspace is created, you'll see the option to add a board inside it. Click Create Board and give it a name like Central Hub or Command Center. This board is going to be the single dashboard where you manage the heartbeat of your business, so choose a name that feels empowering and clear to you. Now that you have your central board, it is time to structure your lists. Lists in Trello are essentially columns that hold your cards, and they are the skeleton of your entire board. For a business hub, you want to set up core operational categories that cover the main pillars of running your company. Start by creating a list called Company Info and Brand. This is where you will store everything that defines your visual identity and core message, your mission statement, brand colors with their hex codes, your logo files, and any brand guidelines you follow. The reason this matters is that when you are scrambling to create a last-minute social graphic or update a presentation, you don't want to dig through an email thread or a messy Google Drive folder to find your exact shade of blue. Having it here, one click away, saves you time and ensures consistency. Next, create a list called Links and Assets. In this column, you'll add cards for all the frequently used links that you and your team access on a daily basis. Things like your main Google Drive folders, your website admin login page, your software subscription management portals, and your Canva templates. Each of these becomes a card with the link pasted directly into the description, so you never have to hunt for a bookmark again. The third list you want to create is Standard Operating Procedures, or SOPs for short. This is where you will build cards for your step-by-step guides on how to run your daily business operations. Think about the tasks you do repeatedly: how to onboard a new client, how to publish a blog post, how to process an order. When you document these procedures and pin them to a Trello card, you create a system that is easy to follow, easy to train new team members with, and easy to update when a process changes. The beauty of using Trello for this instead of a static document is that you can attach files, add checklists, and even assign due dates for when a procedure needs a review. Then, create a list called Brain Dump and Ideas. This is your holding pen for future project ideas, marketing campaigns, product launches, or any random thought that pops into your head during the day. The key here is to get it out of your mind and into the board so you don't lose it. But you also don't have to act on it immediately. It's a safe space for creativity that you can revisit during your weekly planning sessions. Finally, create a list called Quick Actions. This is where you place cards for tasks you need to get done today. It acts as your daily to-do list, but it lives right alongside your reference materials, so you are never more than a glance away from the resources you need to complete your work. Once your lists are in place, you really maximize the power of this system by diving deep into your cards. A card is not just a sticky note with a title. It is a miniature database. For each card, open it up and use the description field to write out detailed instructions or paste in core text directly. For example, in your brand card, you can paste your entire mission statement and a paragraph explaining your brand voice. In your Google Drive link card, you can paste the exact folder path or any notes on how to navigate it. But the real secret weapon here is the checklist feature. Checklists are perfect for recurring tasks or lists of sub-requirements. For your Standard Operating Procedures cards, you can turn each step of the process into a checklist item, so you can tick things off as you go and never miss a step. For your Quick Actions card, you can use a checklist for the day's tasks. The reason this is so effective is that checklists break a large responsibility down into small, satisfying actions. Each checkmark gives you a sense of progress, and you can even assign individual checklist items to different team members if you are collaborating. Just copy a checklist from a template card to reuse it week after week, saving you from starting from scratch every Monday. You have now built a complete Trello business hub. From a dedicated workspace to structured lists, and from rich card descriptions to powerful recurring checklists. This system will keep your brand assets organized, your procedures accessible, and your daily actions clear, so you spend less time searching and more time doing meaningful work. A great next step is to invite a team member to the board and walk them through it, or add a weekly recurring due date to your SOP cards so you remember to review and update them. If you ever feel like you're losing track, come back to this process and rebuild one list at a time. Thank you so much for following along, and if you want to save this guide for later, go ahead and bookmark the video, or pin it to a board of your own. I'll see you in the next one.